There we go. We are live.
Okay, well, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons with Shitlords. This is not on Inquisitor's channel when it's live. It will be afterwards when you see it. But since Inquisitor currently is at a Christmas party, we decided, with his blessing, to have a little campfire session again. Or, well, maybe it's a long campfire session. Who knows? At the moment, we are down one party member, is Eeyore, who plays Sarashaw. He will be sleeping in the tent or something like that. And the other members that are currently joining is Punisher with Garen.
Hello,
No?
Garen.
Okay. Schoolboy with Olvir.
Hello!
Sanguine with Sanguine.
Hello, all.
Faggot.
And Shady with... I'm not going to say the whole name, so it's going to be Maya.
Yellow.
No, you're blue.
No, mine's more gray.
That's true.
Mine's a what's it called? Obsidian.
Currently, it's an obsidian. Okay, so our adventurers left off. Well, they just arrived at a town, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was called. I think it was Muhar. And they saw very weird people and a very over-the-top, crazy-going lady after she heard her husband's body was destroyed by the party, or Sanguine, depends on
By
how you see
Sanguine.
it.
Let's get this straight.
Depends
By
on how you see
Sanguine.
it, because Sanguine took the blame when the seemingly priestess of the town came to them. And this priestess guided them to a oasis, and that is where we left off. So, I have no time. I don't remember what kind of time of day it was. If it was afternoon or begin evening.
I think it was early evening.
I think it was
Yeah,
early
like
evening.
late afternoon, early evening.
Yeah.
So this is where we will begin.
Ow!
Ovir says ow.
No. No, I hurt myself. I'm sorry. That's not Olvier. That's Schoolboy.
Good boy.
I like picturing the barbarian saying that exactly that way. Not the little toe or something.
Owie! Ow!
Sanguine. Sanguine
Oh, and I
starts setting
forgot
up.
to, of course, notify that currently Sanguine is on my main account for being the one streaming for us, because I don't have a computer at the moment, and tablets and phones are evil.
So when you see Icy on screen, if it's a manly Icy, it's Sanguine.
If it's
Exactly.
a man, that is a man.
Exactly. So Sanguine goes through his belongings, starts pulling out his tent, and looks at everyone else. We should set up camp. And since we have water available, I'm going to try to set up a bit of a camp shower if I can.
Okay.
Tiela just puts her hands in the air like, thank God we can go and shower.
Does he have to roll for survival?
I think it's a survival check, I assume.
That's a definitely survival check.
For the camp shower?
I assume that if it's above 10 that it's fair. Whatever.
If it's above
Yeah,
15.
it's fairly basic since I can't really go into why it's fairly basic. But it's fairly basic.
It's fairly basic.
If it's above 15, we get like a very nice, elegant camp shower instead of like a basic camp shower.
Well, that's an 18. We have a curtain on our camp shower.
We have a curtain on our camp shower. We have a fancy camp shower.
And it can fit 3 people.
If you got a nat 20, it would have been with pumps and.
We're not going that far, school. We're gonna keep the privacy.
So I set up my tent, and then I start hauling water and setting up the camp shower.
I am pretty sure I figured out how to create a hot tub.
What?
A
Well,
what?
if we wanted to dig a hole in the sand, I could fill it with water, and then we could heat it up with the flaming sphere.
We have a hot shower.
A bath.
So question, is this going to be a campfire episode or is this going to be a hot tub episode?
Depends on how things go, apparently.
Seemingly.
The difference is only how much alcohol we have with us.
Damn
only
it,
difference
Grim's
is what?
not in this campaign.
The only difference is what?
How much alcohol we have with us.
Oh, none.
Because Grim's not in this game.
And
If
Aaron
Grim
turned
was
all
in
the
this
alcohol
game-
into water.
This would be a drunken party.
I've got some wine, but it's sacramental wine. It's only meant to bless things.
I guess you
But-
could bless the hot tub.
No, I'll burst into flames.
If you lot want to dig a pit, you can dig a pit.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for survival for how quick I can dig this pit.
Please don't
And how
die
good?
digging.
Digging the pit.
While he starts digging the pit, Sanguine just starts shucking off his clothes and goes to the shower.
Okay, 1 second here. Oh, it got cocked. Oh! It got cocked on a natural 20.
We have a marvelous campfire, it seems.
Oh, I got a 19 for digging the hot tub pit.
The hot tub
Plus
pit.
14.
Okay, we have a beautiful
So I
hot
got-
tub, seemingly.
23 for digging the hot tub.
How do you have
Though 1 second. I'm gonna roll for perception as well. That got cocked. Fucking hell. 15. So that's a 19. So while digging the pit,
Stop getting cocked looking at Sanguine's cock.
there we go. That's what I was trying to say. He's also able to, like, you know, kind of side view Sanguine.
My,
Oh my
a perception and then a stealth check to do the same.
Why do you need a stealth check?
She doesn't want to get noticed. Oh, forget it. She got a 2 on perception.
She's too slow.
She is not interested at all.
Dyke.
She's busy on with other stuff.
Olivar, were you trying to be sneaky about your glance?
Well, it says out of the peripherals, so it's not really like I'm gawking because I'm more focused on digging the hole, but it's the side view that he can kind of see.
That kind of sounds like you would need to roll a stealth as well.
Why would no. It doesn't fine.
You know, yeah. I was
Natural
about to say,
20.
You know, you definitely saw things. Sanguine, you can give the details that you want to give. God damn it.
Well, do you see?
Bitch, I'm keeping this to myself.
No, we're
Yeah,
gonna do
but,
this. Like,
But you don't know how his junk looks like. I mean, he could have in his mind that he is big or small or medium or whatever the fuck.
God damn it!
Sanguine, you're gonna have to DM me what he looks like.
Hi, Sanguine. Like dice game napkin.
Just roll a d12 and get it over with.
Yeah, I'm just sending him info.
Oh my
He's
god.
going to insist upon it. I know school that much.
I need it for my character background, so he, I don't know. Is the half demon boy like privy to just females, or is he like a demon who just doesn't care? This is important. I need to know.
So yeah, he goes to shower. I'm quickly typing this up.
Okay.
Well, and Olvir is digging the hole for the hot tub with Do I have a shovel?
Tiela currently is just very happy that Sanguine at least made the shower because she's not going to go into a bathtub with a bunch of guys.
Maya gave Olvir her crowbar to work with.
I'm digging a hole with a crowbar.
I don't have a shovel either, but that's the best I can do.
And considering that probably Sarasha does not fall down asleep on the spot, Sarasha probably sets up a tent of his own and just disappears in it, and we don't see him again for the rest of the session.
He sets up a tent and then goes to sleep.
That. He's like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Olvir, it's not a shovel, but you do have a hand axe to break up clumps of ground. And kind of scoop, since Sanguine gave you his hand axe.
That's true. That's true.
So while all this is going on, I'm doing... Has anybody set up a fire yet?
Nope.
So I'm going to take whatever flammable substance I can find to build a fire.
Well, we still have some of the thickets of wood that we cut from the barrel.
And Tiela will be helping you, so roll a survival with advantage.
Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake, these dice stuck.
Get new ones.
Ooh, 19. Sweet.
We make a beautiful fire pit.
Geez, everything we have is beautiful.
Yeah. We're kicking ass on making camp.
Exactly.
I made the fire pit in the shape of the symbol of Lolth.
Yay.
Oh, God.
We hear from the tent, blasphemous drow.
Welcome to D&D with Shitlords. When the D&D
We just hear this murmur from the tent, blasphemous brow.
Yeah, when the DM is away, the players will play.
Yep.
How about you just like make a fancy fucking stone circle thing around it so that we could pile.
Okay, we made a fire pit with a stone circle, and we managed to find some logs to put for seats.
And when he says stone circle, I mean Stonehenge, because he rolled really well.
Yeah.
It's almost like top masonry work. Well, we're in an oasis, so there's going to be trees that we can chop down and make like stools out of.
I don't think we can do that much. I think
Why not?
I think
we
that
need
might go
woodworking
too
tools.
far.
No, we need an axe, and I have a great axe.
I think we have enough
God.
trouble with the people here. Let's not chop down their palm trees.
They're not using it.
Trees.
We still have the leftover wood from the barrels we broke down.
But what about
Well-
seats? Are we just going to sit on the sand?
I said we got logs to sit on, so
How?
they were there.
So
They
we
were
had to
just
cut them down,
magically there.
didn't we?
Found in an oasis in the middle of the desert. Just
Wait,
saying.
what?
have none of you actually just had to camp without the fineries? Just sit on the fucking ground.
Well, I am a barbarian, so yes, I have had to camp without the finer things in life. But he said,
And this is what Sanguine's shouting as he's just soaping up and rinsing off.
right.
Maya
Olvius?
stomps over to the shower, swings open the curtain, and says, "Get out! It's my turn."
Olvir's replying to what Sanguine is saying.
Okay.
Yeah, he has. Yes, I have had to. I'm a barbarian. It's part of our nature. He just. I'm just wondering how she got the logs. How did Maya get the logs?
I was storing them someplace private. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Like I said, we're probably just sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make little piles out of the sand, and I can bake them when I bake the hole.
Glass seats.
Cool.
Oh.
So yeah,
Wait, is the flaming sphere the thing that you're going to use to heat up the water for the hot tub?
Well,
like-
first I have to bake the hole so that the hole is sealed.
watertight.
Like just sand, the water will just sink right through it.
Right.
And yes, so use the sphere to heat up the water for the entire time that the sphere is going. And then we can get in the tub.
Cool.
Well, there is bonding going on here. That's for sure.
So did Maya actually go over to the shower?
No.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that.
After a fairly short shower, Sanguine steps out, drying off, and just goes and rummages through his bag again, grabs out his normal clothes, and dons his normal clothes while scrubbing out his armor.
Tiela, you're next.
I'm next. Doesn't Maya want to go first? She seems very eager.
She seemed very eager to go and fucking look at Sanguine's dick. That's what she was eager about.
Tiela will look at Maya. You're allowed to go first if you want.
Maya just takes off everything right there and then walks over to the shower.
Well, she's
Whoa.
not shy.
Yellow.
No, she's gray.
She struts over the shower.
Wait, let me see.
And
Okay, that is definitely a sight I did not expect. Tiela just has this, despite her pink complexion, has this red flush.
So my charisma's a 12, so I'm just gonna say he doesn't really get sarcasm as much as other people would. So when you're saying like yellow, he's like, no, she's gray.
Maya closes the curtain behind her and takes her shower. And she sings. Now, I'm going to roll for performance.
Oh god.
Oh no, God. Okay, go for it.
7. Oh, wait. 7 plus 2. So it's horrible.
It's
Slightly worse than average.
it is above crying cats, but it's definitely not pretty.
So that happened.
Maya,
Oh god.
stop that noise.
Watch your tongue, Tiefling.
You can see Nana in around Olvir's tent, kind of covering her ears from hearing the sound of dying cats.
Miss Maya, the dog is also having ear problems.
Fine. None of you know art when you hear it.
No, we're savages. She just throws after it.
And to that, after being told none of us would know art, Sanguine's just going to start kind of working his way through fairly standard military or like marching traveling song. And 24.
Fuck.
It sounds heavenly, despite it being a military song, which probably many of them are just like, what?
Most of them are body as fuck.
You hear Maya just cussing under her breath in the shower.
Oh, this is beautiful.
So yeah, effectively, the song that he would be singing would be "Body is All Hell."
Body.
And
Body as in rude and with lots of sexual overtones.
yes, have you ever heard "What Would You Do with a Drunken Sailor"?
What would
Yep.
you do with a drunken sailor? What would you do? Have you heard?
Think along the lines of "Put him in bed with the captain's daughter."
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Maya's
Sounds
not.
heavenly, but it's perverse as fuck.
Yeah,
There we go.
it's funny, but it's crude.
Maya's both blushing and giving an odd smile in the shower that none of you can see. She's also wasting a lot of water.
Yeah, I expected that. Tiela
Oliver,
is, after a while, kind of regretting the fact that she let Maya go first.
Oliver.
Yeah.
When we were in the previous town, you offered to take care of weapons.
Yep.
You have training in that?
I have my life as a blacksmith, so
Can you
Yes.
own the edge? And he holds out his spear.
oh yeah. This is it. I missed this. Anyone else who has weapons who needs to be sharpened or armor that needs to be repaired, feel free to place them beside me. Don't toss them at me. Place them beside me. If you toss them at me, I will not fix your armor or your weapon. I will break it.
You know Maya too well. That's what I was planning to do.
Aaron will calmly walk over and place his folded scale mail next to you. Thank you very much. I'm sure there are a couple of dings that I wouldn't trust to hold.
Just a couple, says sarcastically.
Are you even able to patch leathers?
Yes.
Sanguine goes and grabs his leather armor, brings it back over, and puts it down next to Oliver. That snake
Tiela
sunk
will
sunk
kind
a
of
couple
also...
in me.
Oh, sorry.
It was just that snake sunk a couple in me.
Yeah. Yeah, Tiela will walk over and she kind of haphazardly takes off her armor because she doesn't really have a lot underneath it beside bindings. But the snake has bitten through the leather armor straight into her chest because that was what downed her at the fight. So there is scarring on her chest, and she just puts it down carefully, as well as one of her daggers that she took from, what was his name again? French guys. Jean. That she took from Jean because she has been using that one intensively compared to the others.
So I just looked up the artisan tools. Olvir is proficient in blacksmithing. He can mend weapons and armor, as well as make things needed. So, if we have the snake thing still.
Mm-hmm.
The giant head that still has skin on it. And before before the sister and the brothers had gone off into their own place, of course,
We would have cut that free.
Yeah, I'm totally having that. So, it would definitely be. What would it be? It'd be a crafting. I'm just trying to think of what skill I would use for that. Would it be survival?
Well,
Yeah,
depends.
survival for cutting up animals, but
The
if you
skill
have
itself and proficiency.
yeah, if you have a
depends on what
proficiency
you're
in
trying.
something that's relevant, then you'd use that instead.
Yeah, which in the case of if you're trying to make leather, for example, you would need leatherworking tools.
I'm not trying to make leather. I'm thinking about like using the teeth to make daggers.
Oh, then it would probably be survival to extract them, and then weaponsmith or your
Blacksmithing.
blacksmithing tools or whatever to make them useful.
At this
Okay.
point, Maya's gone out of the shower, gone over, rolled out her. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You were.
She rolled out her bedroll and just sat naked, sort of started meditating.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, and by the way, for everyone that saw Sanguine, which was pretty much everyone except for Maya because somehow she went blind. Those of you who saw him, he is very heavily scarred.
Yes.
Maya's got like trying to slyly peek out of one eye, watching him.
He has clothes on.
Yeah,
I know.
I popped on clothes again.
She's still watching.
Um.
Can you do
Older's
that while
gonna-
doing trance?
Oh.
Yeah, you can't do that while you're in a trance.
No, you remain alert to the world around you, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
Uh,
but
alert.
Alert, but you can't see.
alert, but I don't think you can see because you're still having your eyes closed, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's... Here, let me just pull up the...
I got it.
Thank you. Tiela will, by the way, because the shower is now free, quickly go in.
Well, before Tiela goes in, Olvir, Tiela, would you like a few more daggers made for you?
If that's possible, then yes, please.
I got a whole fucking mouthful of teeth. Of course it's possible.
She's just standing there a little bit fidgeting because the bindings are slowly coming off. And she's like,
Okay.
I really want to go in that shower and not sit like her.
Actually, before I even have Olvir attempt that, is there for weapons, is there even bone weapons?
I have to be honest. I think if we actually want to roll for weaponry that you make, we have to wait until the next session because I think that is a thing that Inquisitor is only capable of saying if it's okay or not.
Yeah, most likely. And what might be possible is you could ask him if during this time, since you've stated that you wanted to be doing that, ask him if you could roll a post hoc roll.
Yeah. We could do it right now that he's now fixing the armor and such, so he's fixing stuff. And then when the other next session comes, you can say like it could be like you have inspected your the items if you could even do it, and he then decides if it could be happened, and maybe you did it during the session while we are talking.
Well, I just even need to know if like bone daggers are even a thing here in D&D.
I genuinely don't know, if I'm very honest. I'll see if I can have a quick glance.
Most things
They-
like that,
they-
they get statted up as a metal weapon, and then there might be some changes with the DM homebrewing slightly, but
Okay, so regarding Maya's trance, it says you remain semi-conscious.
yes. So you might be able to look around, but you wouldn't really be seeing things. It's kind of like, well, you can kind of tell what's going on, but your mind is elsewhere.
So I'll be in that state for about 4 hours.
You can
Good
hear
time.
things,
Yeah.
and you can feel things, but you really can't. And you can smell things, but you really can't see too much because you're in a trance. You're zoned out.
Yeah,
By
you
the
can
I'm-
rouse yourself from it early, just like rousing yourself from sleep.
By the way, she while she was doing her bedroll and people were distracted by her being nude. A very shapely woman, by the way.
Since
Uh,
I do want Maya to actually be with the land of the living, I'm going to have us, unless somebody still wants to do something, I want to have a little bit of a time skip until after she is done. Because I want everybody to really gather up for what I had planned.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The only reason I'm doing this is to refill all my health and all that.
That is fair. Quite frankly, we are all getting probably a long rest anyway, because Inquisitor told me that we can have this until the next morning, but not longer beyond that. So it's pretty much until everybody goes to sleep.
This is also semi-ritualistic for her, so.
Yeah,
What you could do,
get
since
you.
it's still early evening, it hasn't reached actual night, you could hold off on the trance until...
let her have her thing. Actually, it feels kind of natural that Tiela just, when everybody is kind of calm and down and Sarah Shaw is 100% certainly asleep, to have her then kind of swoop in. So does anybody still want to do something before the little...
Sanguine's
hours?
going to do what he did last time, pull out his dice, pull out the scrap of cloth, sit down and start playing. If anyone
Karen's
wants to
still-
join him, they can.
I was saying, though, before Maya had rolled out her bedroll, she sort of gently placed her weapons and her armor, which I think I got bit last time,
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, she
by
got me.
Olvir, and also placed 1 gold there. Services rendered type thing.
Okay.
Okay, so Garen wants to do anything still, or...
Mostly he just wanted a shower and then was going to be resting with everybody else.
Okay, so Tielek comes out, gives Garen the last bit of water that is there for showering. She was very short, so she's clean.
Olvir doesn't get to shower at all. I see it.
Yeah, he was busy
You
on
can
the hot
haul up
tub.
more water.
I know. I'm just fucking joking, guys.
Maya subconsciously retorts with, "You're a barbarian. You're supposed to stink."
We're traveling with him in a small enclosed space. I would prefer he bathed.
Okay, so my character, for now, because of the fact that Olvir is working on the leather armor and whatnot, she just takes out her normal clothes from her backpack and puts it on and lets everybody do their thing for a while. So Maya is in her trance, meditating to get everything back. Sanguine is playing with the dice, and I'm assuming maybe Garen joins at some point, and maybe even Olvir when he is done with his tasks. Maybe? Am I right? Am I wrong? Just asking.
Sorry, I'm looking. There's a piece of paper. Can I get one by one? 1 second here. Over. Great axe. And hand axe. Sanguine.
I gave you spear and armor.
What kind of armor?
Leather.
Leather armor. Anything else?
Nope, those were the
You
only
got-
2 things that passed.
You got from Tiela her
Okay.
leather armor and 1 dagger, a +1 dagger.
Leather armor and +1 dagger.
Yeah.
So, is this
Do
still
you have
good?
any?
Skip?
1 second. Do you have any other things that you want him to?
She has pretty much only really used that dagger the most. Her swords are kind of untouched. The other 5 daggers that she has are kind of untouched. Unless he can maybe patch up a sling. She only has a sling that
Wouldn't
she
be
can...
any real damage to sling yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, that dagger is probably the worst of them all for wear, along with her armor because of the snake piercing
Snakes.
through.
Well, not just the snakes, but everything that we fought. Maya, what did you give me?
Technically, my character has not been hit all that much.
Truth.
Yeah, it's mainly the snakes got her.
I gave you my leather armor, my short swords, and my whip, which I didn't
Swords?
really use. Yeah, 2 short swords. And my whip, which didn't get used other than to intimidate Sarashaw.
I don't need it.
Okay.
At this point in time, I'm not able to make it into like a cat of 9 tails or anything like that.
Ooh. You don't give me ideas.
Again, that
Garrett.
one we have to kind of run through Inquisitor.
Karen, just give you his
But
scale mail.
it's an option. You can write it down.
So yeah,
Just in-
I guess I didn't give you the whip that sort of keep by my side at all times.
Scale mail and any of your weapons.
He only has a mace, which he's only used once, so no, just the mail.
I'm gonna
And-
be.
Technically, Tiela was kind of lodging around the Severshaw's armor, but you know what? Well, I'll just keep it with him for now.
Yeah, because I'm gonna roll survival, I guess, or I don't know. Proficiency
that
is plus
would be-
2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll for each.
If you blacksmithing, it's
Thing?
not survival; it's your blacksmithing skill.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
blacksmithing.
So that'd be plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Plus your intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. Thank God. My intelligence is 0, so
+2.
it's just a plus 2. Or would it be wisdom or intelligence?
It might be wisdom. Hold on, I'm seeing if I can look that up.
I'd look it up, but I don't have a DM's guide.
Shall we really leave this for Inquisitor that we make that we
No,
set
this
it
is
up?
this is for if I like how good of a job I do on repairing.
I know, but I think this one we could maybe roll afterwards because we don't need our stuff until the next morning anyway because we're going to sleep and calm
Right,
down.
I'm just rolling it now so that next session I can tell what I got for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm saying this is because maybe Inquisitor says, well, do it with your wisdom, and maybe we find it with intelligence. That's the only thing that
Cool. Do it
kind of
this way.
refer to.
Roll your dice now. Write your raw dice roll
Yeah.
down, and then
Okay.
just consult
Inquisitor afterwards.
Okay. Okay, guys, go ahead. Do what you do.
So my biggest question was, would Olvir, after his work, join the dice game?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So pretty much everybody is with the dice game except for probably Maya. TL is just kind of watching for a little bit, and she for those with a, let me say, a passive perception of 13 or something, will see her kind of touch the scarring on her chest from the bite constantly every, say, 5 minutes or something, that she just, and she seems kind of out of it while she does this, and she just eventually, when Maya seems to kind of get out of her trance, she goes, Maya, can you perhaps come sit with us?
Yeah, I'm already by the fire. I was meditating.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was already by the fire or maybe that she was a little bit with her bedroll further away.
But I am putting
would
clothes
you-
on slowly and
would-
seductively.
Could you get a little bit? Could you get dressed and come sit with us?
Yes.
By the way, this entire time, Sanguine's just been cycling through bawdier and bawdier camp songs.
I'm still trying to hide the fact I'm blushing.
Whenever Maya is all dressed and comes and sits down with them, she kind of goes like, could you guys maybe stop the game for a little bit? I really want to talk with you guys. Sounds maybe a little bit weird, but the whole thing, I mean, so much has happened in these last, well, I don't even know how long it is anymore that we've been here. It feels for ages, but I think it's barely 2 weeks or something. But we been traveling and going through all this.
This is like our
stuff.
5th day, Sanguine says.
What does he say? Sorry.
This has been like our 5th day since we ended up here.
Wow, it's only been 5 days. My.
Yep.
But in 5 days, we have gone through so much bullshit, and Maya just joined, but most of us have not even really spoken about ourselves yet. And what happened with the snakes, I kind of think we should start, well, maybe it's good if we start to know each other a little bit more, because I think we are in this for the long run. And
So
before that we start anything, Maya, I really want to say that I'm very sorry that I tied you up. I didn't know what to do before. I just didn't want Sarasha to hurt you, and that seemed like the least that I could do to at least make sure that he didn't hurt you. I hope you can forgive me for what I did.
at the mention of the snakes, Maya had she had been looking around at everybody, just sort of darting her eyes from one person to the next. But at the mention of the snakes, her facial features went sort of solemn, and she sort of looked at the ground. And then when you spoke to her about being tied up, and she says, as much as I would have preferred you didn't. Many a traveler that I encountered before you would be alive if they had done that first. You were well within your rights.
It was just, I just really didn't want you to get hurt, and he seemed very eager on hurting you if I didn't do something. And yeah, so I think it's not more than reasonable if I would be the first one to tell you guys a little bit about myself. She just asks the group and waits for their reaction.
I see no reason the past has anything to do with what we're doing.
I see no reason to keep her talking.
Sorry. Okay, first, no, I'll let you guys first react. Go on, sorry.
I'd be glad to hear whatever you want to say.
And Maya just says, like in Sanguine, the past doesn't necessarily have to do with where we are now.
I was about to win.
No, you weren't. You were about to lose. Good thing that we don't put money on this. Otherwise, I would be cleaning both of you out.
Guys, really, Sanguine, I know that the past is not that important, but the past makes us who we are. And it makes us have makes us do the actions that we do for that particular reason. So telling a little bit about our past will give insight to everybody why we do what we do. And I really, since there doesn't seem like a way that we will be otherwise surviving, I really want everybody to understand why we have certain reactions to certain things, because I don't know why Sarah Shaw, for example, is so eager to smite everything that is looking demonic to him or bad. I don't know why he is so against Maya's race. I don't know where Olvir is from and where he learned his skills as a blacksmith. I'm quite frankly very and Garen, I don't know much about you either. I'm just so I want to know how you got here and where you came from, and I really want to work with everybody and get us out of here alive and hopefully return home.
Sarah Shaw's a zealot. If you go enough places, you'll run into them. Some wounds are better left closed. You don't go slicing them back open just to take a peek.
So Sanguine, you've seen some battles. You know from experience about cutting open scars to see if they're okay.
I've always been of a mind, once it healed, you leave it go.
I've seen enough wounds to know that sometimes they fester and you need to cut them open to drain them out.
Maya says, you seem oddly protective of this Sanguine. The more you push against, the more we'll push back.
Is that to Yellow or?
No, that was to Sanguine, and that was something of a persuasion attempt.
Okay.
Like it's not going to end unless you...
I'd say, well, from what Inquisitor told me, it's persuasion versus a charisma roll, I think.
Yep.
So you both roll, I'd say.
Nat 20.
Well, persuasion hits hard.
Actually, it's a push.
Okay. So it's a nat 20 versus a nat 20?
Yep.
Do we have to re-roll them?
No. Do you both have the same skill?
I have
Modifier?
Persuasion.
What's your persuasion mod?
+2.
Mine's +5 for my charisma check.
Ah, shit.
So I win out on that exchange.
Damn it.
And I'm going to roll a glare.
Intimidation.
Yep, intimidation.
So that's versus
that-
charisma.
That would be 22.
Yeah. I got a 12.
Maya's pretty intimidated.
She just sort of like grits
I,
her teeth and snarls, not verbally, but physically, and just turns away again.
Tiela will now look at Sanguine and say, Sanguine, this is what I don't want the group to do. I really want us to... We need to be a team in this. How are we otherwise going to survive?
Perhaps
You're a war hero. I assume that she knows that from her dad.
By the way,
By the way,
quick thing. Those of you who have experience in organized fighting forces of any sort, or something like that, that glare was a sergeant looking at an uppity private.
Mm-hmm. That's why Ulrich's just leaning back, kind of smiling with his hands behind his head.
Would I have a concept of that having been the nature?
Yeah, you would probably have some sort of concept. It would be probably like what
Or
a
what I would
matriarch
do.
looking at someone who has displeased her.
but yes, Tiela will say to Sanguine, like, I don't want you to do this. I get that you don't really want to open up because we have been working together for so long, and I can't remember for the life of me that we actually had a proper conversation. We were literally fence and thief, the seller and the one who bought. But we're not in Sigil anymore, and we can't just walk around and be so helpless. We're creating something that we're going to die if we aren't going to work together. And I want to go home. I really want us all to go home.
We can work together without having to drudge up the past.
So, why don't you just sit down and listen? You don't have to. These guys seem very intent on getting to know each other.
He starts rolling his dice again.
Sanguine.
I'm blanking out right now, for real.
Olvir's kind of looking at him, kind of like,
maybe he's so protective of Sarah Shaw. Maybe it's like little brother syndrome.
Wait,
He kind of sees you as an outsider. So I'm the youngest of 3 brothers, and I got picked on all my life, but only by my older brothers, because if anybody else picked on me, they would beat the crap out of them.
I
Maybe
Are
it's
you
like,
saying that I'm protective of Sarah Shaw?
no, I'm saying that Maya said you were protective of Sarah Shaw, and maybe that's because Sarah Shaw is your idiot, and you won't let anyone else question it.
No, he's fucking everyone's idiot.
What'd you say?
I said no, he's fucking everyone's idiot.
Oh, okay.
he
He's a piking alcove, and like I said, he's a damn zealot. Only reason why I had to deal with him was, we've worked with him longer than we knew her. We just met her. He wanted to kill her. If he forced the issue, how many of you would have fought on her side? Well, Any of you?
I would have tried to protect her because I don't know about her race, and quite frankly, I don't care what is said because she doesn't need to be how her race is being portrayed by the majority. But
so
I
we
do
would have
think
had
that
one person siding with her. At the
Well,
very
no.
least.
I would have been against the conflict, and I would have been against whoever started it, basically. I don't know anything about her race either. I just thought she was being a little bit bitchy when we met, but I totally understood that, given how she was treated.
Yep. And by coming to quick decision of binding her, we avoided the fight on both sides. Sarah Shaw was mollified. He wouldn't start a fight. She already said that she wasn't interested in a fight. So I gave the order that would make sure that there wasn't one, giving us time to come to some sort of arrangement.
So Maya at this point picks up, staring directly at Sanguine, says, "You seem to be a capable leader." But then she pipes up, while locked eyes with Sanguine. To the rest of the group, she says, "How much do you trust this leader if you know nothing of him?"
I trust him because we have been partners. And even though I don't know much about his past, he has never let me down so far, and I believe his actions are for the right reasons.
I don't know.
I have to admit that I am kind of sad to hear that he doesn't wish to speak, but perhaps in due time. And she just looks at Sanguine, kind of understanding, with a smile.
Garen looks at Maya and then kind of around at the others, and he says, I don't know any of you or implicitly trust any of you, but most of you have saved my life at least once, and that earns you some leeway. I'm willing to be personable and pitch in as long as you are. And I haven't seen any indication that any of you would betray me in any way, and we're all kind of in the same boat. So
Maya just sort of makes a slight scoff when he says, "Any of you have shown any indication of betraying me."
Huh? Why are you scoffing?
This is the first time I've encountered anybody so naive about my species.
I've never even heard of your species.
Most people would kill me on sight. Like I said, I am grateful you didn't.
Well, you could see this as a potential moment that we could maybe be friends. She just kind of pitches as a option to Maya.
Maya makes eye contact with Sanguine shortly, looks over at Giella and raises one eyebrow, and then looks back.
I mean, what is the downside of being friends? She just gives this smile like...
Maya
Right?
types up as betrayal. And that's it. That's all she says.
Wait, what? What did I kind of didn't catch it fully.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either. Say it again.
Betrayal.
Is the
She doesn't
downside.
want to be our friend because she thinks we're going to betray her.
You think that I'll break a fucking deal?
I don't know what to think of you. He won't say anything about you.
Deals are the only currency that I've ever had any sort of take in. I don't break my deals.
Believe him, he's half demon.
He has to stick by his deals, from what I've heard.
What was that, Oliver?
I said you have to stick by your deals, from what I've heard. Isn't that the demon code? That's what my tribe says. Make a deal with a demon and they have to keep their end as long as you keep up your end.
I'm not a full-blood demon.
Our
We have
race,
Still counts.
quite frankly, Olvir, our race is, we have had a ancestor probably far in our ancestry who made a deal with a demon. We ourselves have not had this choice. We were just born into it. And quite frankly, a lot of us do tend to become bad, but that's mostly because of the fact that people look at us and only see the demon of our complexion, which does not mean we actually are.
Plus,
Oh,
laugh is none too friendly to anyone.
I've never said that you guys were evil.
No,
I just said you couldn't
that's
back
not
down.
what I'm sorry that if I seemed like that. I'm just trying to explain from what our race is. I'm sorry.
Tiela, you can't offend me. Don't have to apologize, and you don't have to go around waffling. It's okay. You can't defend me.
Man.
It's no, I'm just saying, I never said you guys, I just said from my tribe's stories, demons or half demons or demon bloodlines can't break promises as long as you keep yours up, keep your end of the bargain up.
We're just
Kind of
like any other race. We have people that are honorable, we have people that are complete scum. We aren't bound to the same rules as full demons. We aren't bound to anything like that. We have people that care about their contracts and we have those that don't. I care about my contracts.
Maya smirks, but you can be broken like anybody else. I know from experience.
And
Over just sets that aside.
Yeah, with that, I'm gonna glare again. And I rolled a 20 on that glare. Not natural. That's a 20 with mod.
Fucking A. 8. 2. So 10.
So
Maybe it's a subtle difference in the languages of our world, but I'm not really entirely sure what to make of exactly how you said that. So I'm just trying to clarify. Was that like some sort of insulting threat?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was a statement. The tieflings are just as free-willed as any other man, woman, or child.
Ah, okay. Sorry. Yes. That makes sense. I think maybe I heard wrong.
Did you again noticeably look away or flinch away from the glare?
No, but I did snarl. I do not like being looked at like that. Don't think yourself my superior.
You're welcome to try to break me.
I have no intention of doing
it. You can where others have failed.
Oh God.
And then he goes back to dice.
I'm just no. The thing that is in my head is this is out of character, by the way. The thing that I have in my head just I want to do it, but it's so freaking cheesy. I just
Is it in character cheese though?
It is in character cheese.
Then do it. It's in character.
Oh God. It's almost literally hurts. Tiela, just because of the whole glaring contest that the two are having, Tiela just reaches her hand out to Sanguine and takes it and kind of looks at him like in a pleading way to please don't do this.
Okay, question before anybody says anything. Are you giving him puppy eyes, and does he need to make a charisma check to resist?
She does give him puppy eyes, but quite frankly, I can't roll against him because my charisma is not that high.
You'd be rolling a persuasion.
Yeah,
only
What
get-
is your charisma?
rolling a persuasion. Fine. That is a total of blah 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 persuasion. That's a total of 16.
God damn it. I rolled
Wait,
a
what?
total of 9.
Puppy eyes worked?
I rolled a 4.
Puppy
So I
eyes
got
work.
4 plus 5, and I got a 9.
Puppy eyes always work.
Okay.
I'm gonna have
In the future, you have a -2 to resist puppy eyes.
careful.
Yeah,
Inquisitor might hear, and then he's gonna fucking use that all the time. Make sure you write that down on your character list, Sanguine. It's now canon.
Successfully uses puppy eyes on you. It gets easier.
But it can only be when Tiela uses puppy dog eyes on him. Or should we have it? Yeah, we should have it that only tieflings who use puppy dog eyes on him, that he has a -2. Or just disadvantage.
They're very eager on this.
Yeah, they want to have an Achilles heel built into Sanguine's charisma machine.
So again, Olvir, I'm guessing we're all around the fire with the hot tub that I built behind us. Is it filled with
Yes.
water, and is the
Yes.
water heated?
Yeah, probably. Well, I probably wouldn't heat the water until everybody was ready to get in it.
Okay.
But if we did that beforehand, then yeah.
Okay, so if the water is just in there, kind of like drinking some water and kind of jumps in and starts swimming around in the pool, hot tub thing.
I have to say this, Dan, because she drank the water, which is likely from the oasis. Nana feels full and saturated and not thirsty anymore, and she's all happy.
Yay!
Because
And then
we didn't do that yet. So yeah.
that's for Nana, and so Olvir, seeing what is going on between Tiela and Sanguine, he's still leaning back on his backpack, or not on his backpack. He didn't really have, yeah, he had a backpack. So he's leaning back on it. He has his legs stretched out in front of him, relaxed, and his hands are behind his head. And he just looks at Sanguine and gives a little chuckle.
Okay.
The tiny pink thing is winning.
What a mess.
A lot.
Not really. Just puppy dog eyes one. That's all.
Does
If you all need to talk about your past, you can talk about your past. I already said.
I'm gonna roll a perception check.
For
to
what?
To see if there's does Sershaw, fucking hell, Sanguine have any identifying marks that would like identify, because obviously seeing all the scars and whatnot, Olvir has recognized that he's been in at least a lot of combat. and a lot of organized combat too, just from his training as a young kid and young teenager. So is there any identifying tattoos that he would have?
He doesn't have any tattoos, but
Branding?
the doesn't have any branding, doesn't have any tattoos. He has a patch on his armor, most like, or a spot where a patch would have been, probably.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll so Olvir doesn't know that, but I'm gonna roll a
I want you
perception
to
check.
roll. I want you to roll that with advantage because you worked on his armor.
Yeah. Thank God, because that was a 7. And that's a 15. Perfect. Wait. Let me get to my thing here. My perception is +4, so 19.
You definitely realized that there was some kind of a patch for probably
The absence of a
language.
patch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, you want to do something with that?
No. I'm just that's just information for Olvir to have.
Okay.
Except it's when Olvir occasionally looks over at Sanguine when Sanguine's trying to keep this I'm assuming it's a machismo kind of defensive. I'm not going to talk about anything. It's more of he looks more empathetically at him than judgmentally.
I don't know what Sanguine is thinking right now, but I just have this image in my head that the fact that Olver is giving him that look makes him maybe feel very uncomfortable, and that he now has this look on his face like, God damn it.
Well, does he notice?
How many people are looking at Sanguine now? Because I said that he returned to dicing.
Well, you're still dicing while Tiela is holding his hand.
He looked at her, said what he said, and then returned to dicing. So if she's still holding that hand, he's scooping them up with his other hand, tossing them in, shaking it up with that one hand, and rolling.
Sorry.
Okay.
So, how many people are actively looking at him?
I am.
Okay, then everyone who's actively looking at him should probably roll a perception.
Fuck's sake.
Perception.
51.
23.
18.
Okay, so pretty much everyone rolled above a 15, didn't they?
Yep.
I rolled 11.
Okay.
I'm a shitty ranger.
Yes, you are. Why is your perception not high?
It's a +4.
Oh.
Then everyone who rolled above 15, when he's looking at his dice, it doesn't really look like he's looking at his dice. He's staring through everything.
He's what? The last bit?
He's staring through everything. His eyes are focused way further than the dice, the ground, or anything that he could possibly be looking at.
PTSD flashbacks. PTSD flashbacks.
I'm going to try something ballsy.
Okay.
Maya is going to try and do sleight of hand and take the dice from him when they're not in his hand.
What do you roll against that?
Sleight of hand.
It would be a perception versus a sleight of hand.
Well, I'd say perception versus sleight of hand, and I'm not sure if I should say with disadvantage for you, Shady, because he is looking at his dice despite being distracted.
He is not looking at his dice. I think if anybody has disadvantage, it would be Sanguine.
Okay, then yeah. You know what? Yeah, I agree. Sanguine, disadvantage.
Okay. So that is, let me quickly double check. That is a 12.
And a 21.
I got a 16, and I'm just gonna have Olvir kind of slowly shaking his head.
Sorry, school. Go.
Oh,
go on.
I got a 16, and so Olvir's gonna slowly be shaking his head because he doesn't know if she's gonna succeed or not. But he's just like, that's a stupid idea. But he's not stopping her. He's not saying anything. He's just slowly shaking his head.
Well, Sanguine is kind of distracted by, as school calls it, PTSD flashbacks. Maya snatches the dice away in front of him. And he probably didn't even notice. Maybe last second, but she already has them.
He would probably get one full cycle of just the very mechanical scoop, toss, shake, toss. And then he would look up again, realizing he didn't scoop or toss anything.
Sanguine, are you okay?
Return the dice immediately.
You are not well and not fit to lead.
That's a good thing he doesn't have to lead us anywhere since we're begging down for the night.
Everyone, move away from her for a second.
Sanguine, no.
What contract have I broken? I've not threatened your life.
Olvir's gonna just hold out his hand with his dice in it.
Move away from her for a second.
No.
Tiela will move in front of Maya, so in between Sanguine and her. Sanguine, no. Do I need to do persuasion?
Return the dice.
What'd you do?
I held my hand out to Maya, and I said, return the dice.
Fine. I like the game, but I've no need for the dice themselves. I do have actually proficiency in dice, but
Could have added that to your sleight of hand, but anyway.
Okay, so you give them without a fight, then, Shady?
I give them to Punisher without a fight.
Yeah, Punisher, but without a fight. Okay.
Garen, my dice.
Sanguine, without another word.
Toss them back into the cup. Sit back down.
Sanguine.
I'm hungry. Sanguine, are you hungry? I'm hungry.
Drink some of the water from the oasis, then.
Okay, but I want meat.
Yeah,
There's a good tasting. There's a delicious looking wolf over there.
Touch my wolf, and I will rip your head off.
Or have you run out of rations? There's some in my bag.
No, we haven't run out of rations. I just
Really
We got
want
some-
meat that we
got
don't have.
snake meat, haven't we?
Garen, can you purify this?
We can trim it from the head, I guess.
Yes, I can purify it.
I'm just trying to move this along so we're not like,
Yeah.
At a stalemate.
because this is going nowhere really quick.
Well, it
trying
is
to
going
talk
somewhere,
him.
but I think that Sanguine needs to be talked to alone and not in a group.
That's why Olvir is trying to get Sanguine to help him away from the group.
Okay. You know what? Because you say that and you seemingly are trying to actively kind of hint that at Sanguine, probably, don't you?
Yeah, are
Well,
you
I mean-
trying to hint that,
You're
or
trying to hit the rest of us to go away?
Yeah,
Are you-
I'm trying to hint to the rest of you to fuck off.
All
Well,
right.
Fair
we-
enough.
Well,
Go do
I'm pretty sure that will
manly
succeed.
things. You got fucking 19.
14 for Tiela at the moment, but you know what? You can just
Doesn't
tell
beat
her
my
to
19.
go.
Is this a
Yeah, I'm
charisma?
pretty sure. Perception.
Okay, so nobody beats that 19, so I'm
I haven't
assuming that
even rolled.
we're just going to kind of move.
Yeah, I didn't beat it. Whatever it was.
Yeah. So the rest is kind of moving away from Olvir and Sanguine.
Maya pipes up, says, "I'm thirsty," and goes gets her water by her bedroll, which is actually by the fire. So no, she gets it by her pack, which is a little farther away.
Okay. Yeah, Tiela will just kind of move after Maya just because she doesn't really have anywhere else to go because she has
Before-
nowhere to grab.
Before
something.
everyone gets out of earshot,
Mhm.
Olvir's gonna say, "Why don't you go look in the fucking bushes over there and see if there's any like salad that you can pick, like lettuce or kale or something. Go pick some fucking flowers or some shit. I don't know. Go make yourselves useful and get food.
Yes, Mr.
We might need
Olvir.
it when we leave."
Actually, I can do that. That's my class. Oh wait, no, I'm not an outlander. Never mind. I'm a criminal.
Go scavenge and forage.
I just take my water skin and just go to the bushes.
as the others move away, Sanguine rolls his eyes towards Oliver. You wanted to talk, apparently.
We came from, I'm assuming, from the scars on your body. We come from similar backgrounds. And I just wanted to say, don't feel like you're obligated to talk about anything that you don't want to. But what's going on? Why the sudden hostility when Tiala's trying to bring us together as a group?
I've said my piece. I'm fine if you guys say whatever you want to tell about your own lives.
I never
will
said anything.
withhold everything that I choose to.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to force you to do anything. I don't trust these guys either. I don't think I need to know anything about my past, my
Nothing
history.
about trust to this. Some things are better left buried.
Yeah,
Too bad none of us have a
Yeah.
shovel.
I agree. I definitely agree. That's what my mom used to say. Sometimes the dead gods should remain dead so that they can rest in peace.
The dead should always remain dead.
Well, after the adventures we've had, yes, the dead should always remain dead. Should always remain dead. But from what I can assume, like I said, looks like you've been in a fair bit of combat yourself, and entertaining the rest of the party to build up morale. You don't have to share the things that cause
Morale's all
scars.
fine and dandy. If they want to build morale, I have no problem with that. It's if anyone insists on finding out more about something that should just be left alone.
Well, that's why
That's
I'm here
what I've
talking to
said.
you.
I've made it very clear. You can say whatever you want. I'll chime in with stories when I need.
Right, well, I don't think they got that. I understood. I don't think they got that. They don't come from the background we come from.
Quite frankly, you don't come from the background either.
Well, not the exact same background. No.
Sanguine looks up. If you're going to tell stories, come back and tell your stories. Just don't go shouldering me into telling.
Maya pipes up from the bushes. She's just been sitting, looking through them at them. You done with your makeout session?
Maya, I'll throw a fucking axe at your head. You watch it.
Probably the safest place for him to be if you do throw an axe. Or for her to be, rather.
Listen here, I have 2 levels in Ranger.
Yeah, Tiala just perks up from wherever she was being busy and just returns and sits back down. She kind of hesitantly sits down next to Sanguine because she doesn't know if he's angry with her or not. She has
Quick
a
question,
feeling
do
like he
Rangers
is-
get cantrips?
No.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do? I didn't think they did.
Hold on. It's how many cantrips I'm curious about.
Because if they have cantrips, I didn't
Inquisitor
choose any
here.
cantrips.
I mean, what?
No cantrips.
Yeah, I didn't think that they got cantrips. Nope, they just get spells.
Okay.
They don't get cantrips.
So I may not have certain things I have equipped.
Cheater.
Oh, no, wait. I have cantrips because I'm a drow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck.
So does Maya return towards the fire?
Yes.
Okay.
As she
So-
returns, Sanguine looks at her. There's a world of difference between not being well and being lost in thought.
It seems to me more trauma than wellness.
Not trauma. Something else.
I roll insight to see if he's lying.
Well,
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
that would be
14.
and 18.
Ah, shit.
you don't realize, you're not sure if he is lying or not.
That was insight versus persuasion, right?
Insight versus one of my socials. I'm not telling which one.
Okay.
Likely deception.
Oh. But anyway, I just sort of go, And
Let's just say the fact that Tiela got anything off with Sanguine because of his fucking high charisma.
Puppy
He
dog
is
eyes.
proficient.
It's your puppy dog eyes.
Yeah. Tiela then just goes like, should I tell a little bit about myself before anybody else wants to, or does
You're the one
somebody
who
else-
wanted to get us together to do this, so it's only fitting that you're
Yeah.
the one who starts.
Yeah, like no, exactly. Okay. Well, I probably already kind of said before in the past, I am from a place called Sigil, and my occupation is well, burglar, and you would say like, oh, that's a bad job, but I was taught by my father to steal from those that are corrupted and hurted the people who were less fortunate than them, because that's a brimming thing in Sigil at some point of the city. So, and Sanguine here, I know him because before my father's death, he already was a fence, and he is one of the few that actually stayed a fence after my father died, because many kind of abandoned me in a sense because I got my
People
father
get scared
killed.
after a bad job.
Yeah,
And
I got. She just admits that she got her father killed during a job.
no, there's a world of difference between that and a job turning sour.
No, you, I have never told you this, Sanguine, but it was my fault. It wasn't just that it was got botched up. I went back into the house because I saw something that I really wanted, because I am a sucker for shiny things, and that is why my father got caught. It was my own fault.
And I'm going to quickly make a roll,
Hmm.
which is going to be opposed by a charisma roll from you.
Okay. Let's see. That's 16.
Yeah, I beat you handedly. 21.
Okay. But what
Some
what did you
jobs
roll
turn
for?
bad. There's a difference between causing someone's death and a job turning bad, even if you feel like you were the one that turned it. There's always a difference.
She just gives a solemn look and nods a little bit, and then returns to look at the group and says, I so yes, okay, that happened, but in the spirit of my father, I continued the job to steal from those corrupted, and then give whatever I sold from my halls, so I could feed those who needed it, like children and mothers and widowers who were in the gutter of Sigil. That is why I do what I do. And she just then stops talking and looks a little bit awkward at the rest, kind of looking at their reactions.
Maya just rolled her eyes and basically said, a wasted gesture.
Why?
Driver,
Why would...
you're next.
Sorry, what?
Well, first of all, Tiela wants to know why from Maya, why it's a wasted gesture.
They would not do the same for you.
Not all of them, and I know this, but I feel that especially children have no choice in the matter. And if I lead with an example of doing good, I can only hope that they perhaps one day do the same, because I cannot be the only one who does this, or my father.
She just sort of raises her eyebrow at the lead by example part and just nods.
And what Sanguine said is, Scriber, you're next, pointing at Maya.
Scriber?
It's sigil talk, and I can't remember what it is because I am not good at the sigil talk yet. So, Sanguine, you have to translate it, so before I can even translate it.
Here, I'm just going to type it in side chat. You can see side chat, right? No, you can't. You can see Discord chat, right? Icy?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to tell you in Discord what it is. That way, Tiela can translate.
Okay. It means assassin. She translates.
Okay, just a quick question. When Maya introduced herself, does anybody remember just what all I said? I know I didn't talk about what I was hunting or anything, but I did talk about I was a ranger and I had a past as a hired killer. And what else?
I think you didn't really tell.
Over that.
No, I think it was matriarch. I mentioned I was a former matriarch and sort of bowed.
Well,
you did mention you were a matriarch, yes.
Yeah.
I think the assassin bit is kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's more of a guess rather than that he's certain.
Yep, it was Sanguine's read. It was what he pegged her as.
So I just look at Sanguine and said, "You're not far off. In fact, you're dead on."
I know the look of one.
I am former matriarch of Rillandar, House of Blackhearts. I left my seat to my daughter, and I'm now hunting something, which I will not fail in finding. I was not hired to this. It is my choice.
So it's a personal thing? Because you don't seem to be someone who does a job just for free.
I don't mean to kill the individual I'm hunting.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll.
By the way, here and Garen, you can pitch in. By the way, just saying.
What?
I'm gonna roll an insight, and you can decide whether that's opposed by your persuasion if you're telling the truth entirely, or deception if you're trying to withhold something.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said Olver and Garen, but I kind of meant it out of character. Like, you can pitch in if you have questions or anything with your characters. Because you're so quiet. I'm just making sure.
I'm pretty sure I went out on this one, by the way. I natted.
I got...
Wait,
so there is stuff I'm trying to hide, but I am not lying on anything I said. So I got 19 plus 4.
I natted, though. Nat 20.
Yeah,
on a skill check.
But does that mean that she's not lying, and you're looking if she's lying, right?
Or just withholding.
Okay.
So she just says that she's...
So you notice that she's withholding something, but she's not willing to out it. You'll in my opinion, you'll have to make another action if you want to get it out of her.
See, I was going to guess.
When I said I'm hungry,
yeah,
I meant like in real life I'm hungry as well. So I'm eating right now, so I'm muted.
Oh,
fair enough.
Fair enough.
So the guess is going to be, well, not going to kill the person that you're hunting, but peripherals, I'm assuming.
Peripherals?
Other people.
Collateral damage.
If anyone gets in my way, yes.
Oops.
That is the mark of a poor assassin.
Where's your daughter's father?
Hey, what? Oh, the daughter's
Where
father?
is your daughter's father?
Dead. Murdered by traitors.
Okay. That's straight through the. See?
Murdered by traitors.
You know, Tiela looks at Maya and kind of then says, "You know, it's not completely a question to your story, but why would other races want to kill your race on sight?"
My people are known to assault those who live on the surface, enslave, kill,
Assault is a
slaughter.
very general, slightly nice word to what you guys do to surface dwellers.
Yes, it's a generalization because there are many things my kind have been known to do. My house, however, resided mostly within the Underdark. Our role was to tip the powers within our society in the favor of one house or another. We made ourselves invaluable, so no one bothered to try with us, except for rivals who wished to take our seats of our position in society.
That I understand very well.
And Tiela's just going to make a very bold attempt to ask this, but she's like, you don't need to answer this, of course, but what is your own intake of your own culture? Do you like what they do? Are you behind it, or?
I have no qualms with it. I do not like the betrayal, however. I felt it firsthand, and it infuriates me. When I think, like Sanguine, when I accept a contract, I expect it, I follow it through to the end. Regardless of how much I'm offered by the opposition or by the prey itself. I will finish what I have started.
So, how did
Yeah.
such a strong? Sorry, I'm eating in character as I am in out of character. So this is between bites that he's saying this. How did such a high-class assassin house such as yours fall prey to other assassins when they haven't been able to take you out before?
It was not other assassins, it was within my own house.
So who was who was your husband sleeping with?
Oh my god!
I let out a loud laugh at the suggestion of husband, and I say husband while laughing. That's hilarious. No, my daughter's father was a slave.
Ooh.
Suffice to say,
Vampires don't like when they mix blood with love.
It was more that I favored him over the others, mostly because I saw him as a trophy. He was not an easy tame. Did you just spit out your food?
No, just scoffed. It seems like you need to learn what a slave is and a trophy is.
Tiela just is staring at Maya like in this mixture of both awe as well as horror.
I just look at her. There is far more than one way to break a man. Not all of it violent.
She doesn't say anything. She just stares at her like, you had a slave and you forced yourself on him. That's the look that she's giving Maya.
I had many slaves.
I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if Ulvir sees Tiela's shock.
Yes. Okay.
So anything over a 1, he notices. I'm glad I said that because I got a 3. I rolled a 3, so +4 is 7, so I got a 7 in perception. Ulvir snickers and says, Tiela, don't worry. He had more than one slave. She had more than one slave. It wasn't just one that he dominated. She dominated.
I'm not sure if I'm impressed or if I'm scared.
I sort of shoot a look.
And she just adds then, or if I want to see how she does it.
I sort of shoot a look at Ulvir and say, I dominated many a slave, but only one in the way I sinned.
Okay, so Tiela, she dominated many slaves, but only had a child with one of them.
Okay.
Stop misinterpreting what I'm saying. I'm frustrated with Ulvir. I only slept with this one slave. Does that suit your...
Okay, Tiela, what she's saying is this is the only one who had the penetration act. The other ones was just cunnilingus.
Oh, God damn it.
Tiela just looks at Maya and goes like, how did he look and what kind of race?
I simply just give us one look and I say, tiefling.
You like Archite?
You sounded a bit too excited there, Tiela.
Well, she's just impressed, and there's this big ass tiefling sitting next to her. She's worried.
It's not a matter of like. He had killed several who had tried to tame him through more violent means. I took it as a challenge, and I conquered him.
What she's
Would
saying
Penguin be a challenge?
is she flirted.
Great.
She just asked, would Sanguine be a challenge?
I don't know, has he given in to his infernal heritage?
Did you? Tiela just looks at Sanguine with big eyes, like puppy eyes, like, did you?
We're moving on from this.
Okay. Okay.
And Maya just gives out a 5, since eventually it's going to come up. creature I hunt is my son. He, unlike his sister, inherited the tiefling blood of his father.
Oh, God, don't keep it in the family.
A tiefling drow.
A tiefling child of a drow.
So more tiefling than drow. You have a tiefling baby!
Not a baby. It's been over 20 years since I started hunting him.
Oh, come on, you're a mother. A child always stays your baby.
Maya just cringes.
She's also a drow. They don't have.
Sanguine just kind of looks over at Tiela like, what the fuck?
What? What did I do wrong?
I look up at Sanguine and how can you stand her? She's too sweet. It makes my soul cry.
Can we move on from the talk of children?
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting.
But children are cute. Sometimes. I kind of want to make another remark, because if the child is at least 20 or something, and the fact that Tiela is finding the drow kind of pretty looking, just saying, she's like, maybe he's a match for me.
I hope he's significantly older than 20. Otherwise, I'll be severely disappointed in the skills of an assassin who could not kill a newborn baby.
I told you this is not a creature I wish to kill. This creature was taken from me.
Ah, tracking him down.
This is my child. You do not take from me and live.
Well, then perhaps you should use the term seeking rather than hunting.
Shut up. I don't know how to react to that.
Shut up. Okay. Okay, whose turn is next? She just looked at Garen and Olvir like.
Maya looks at Garen and says, I don't need a lesson in common from you.
Well, it is my second language, but okay. I'll go next, I suppose. The world I'm from is extremely different from the world, if this is really a world. Who knows where we are? But I was born to a noble family on my world, and we have a special connection to the land. It's kind of hard to explain. I kind of understand a little bit of what Sarashaw is going through, being cut off from his god, as I sharply miss the lack of connection to my people. I'm the youngest son. I mentioned that before. My father is the count of a large region. And traditionally, our families have 3 sons. The eldest one becomes the new heir. The second one is sent to the king to become one of his knights. And the third one is sent to the church to work their way up through the hierarchy and gain status that way. The entirety of the fabric of my people is a giant game for power. In the sense that there are a lot of people who jealously covet the power that we have through our connection with the land, and we're always playing this game of politics. I never really got along with my brothers. I love them, they're my brothers, but they are assholes. to put it mildly. And when I was younger, I was sent away to live as a hostage with one of our family's enemies. And there I met Emmeline for the first time. Unfortunately, it's kind of cliched. She was the daughter of my host. And we grew up together for several years. And when we reached an age where we decided that people of the opposite sex were not terrible, we got to liking each other and eventually fell in love.
I just because Tiela definitely is the sweet and sappy, seemingly more than that I kind of want her to be. But okay, I went for it, and I'm going for it. She just goes like, "Oh, that's so sweet."
Yeah, well,
in her mouth.
unfortunately, her father didn't think that was so sweet. Because it would force him to break an alliance that he had made with one of his closer friends. She was promised to be married to his eldest son. And making a match with her for some third son was not exactly in his plans. We decided to run away together, but I got caught. And I don't know what happened to her. I was never able to meet up with her where we expected to, and I've been looking for her ever since.
You don't think she's gone, right?
I certainly hope she's not dead. I think somebody would know if she were dead. But I haven't heard anything, and I've been looking for years.
Yeah, I'm not going to have her react more than what she now did. That would be a little bit inappropriate.
I'm sorry, this is a bit of a downer. Yeah,
No.
this is why I don't really talk a lot about stuff.
Maya pipes it. She's likely. Your brother's likely balls deep in her right now.
Jesus, Maya.
If he were, my brother's wife would have cut them off already.
Oh, so okay. So they settled for a new wife for your brother.
Sorry, no, she wasn't supposed to be married to my brother. She was.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
too many different families in this story. I understand. Count Dorno's daughter was pledged not to a member of our family. We are enemies. I was there as his hostage.
Oh. Nice.
So we trade children as hostages against the possibility of betrayal when we make deals. It's a thing. I don't know how to. Insurance policy.
Maya's family almost seems nicer.
Maya just chuckles. It's like,
my family greatly cares about our people and just wants them to be well. I have a temple in my family's lands, which is very important, and I'm getting more and more worried the longer we spend here, because in less than a month, is time even the same? I'm not even sure what time it is. But I'm supposed to do the ritual that will replenish the land for a year and ensure the crops grow well, and if I'm not there to do it, I don't know what'll happen to my people. So, life goes on, but I don't know how well.
Your family sounds like the family that I would steal from. Like, I would rob them blind.
I wish you luck.
Speaking of,
I didn't say I would do it. I said they sound like the type I would steal from. I've never been stupid enough to.
If you
go
ever
for
try
a
it, go to my middle brother. I doubt he would notice anything was missing.
Well, I think if his whole room is empty, he would notice.
Just don't steal his armor.
I will be
I'll
right
definitely
back.
then steal
Just
his
1
armor.
Okay.
What is going on?
The Sanguine Seed will be right back.
Oh, okay.
Maya looks at Punisher, or not Punisher, god damn it, Garen, and says, when all this is over and I have found my child, my services are expensive, but I can assure you I can rid the land of your family, if you wish.
Why do I wish you to rid the land of my family? That seems a very odd offer. Other families, certainly. But it would be much better for us to kill them ourselves.
I can make it look like that.
But you can't make it act like that.
And I'm back.
There's a whole long ritual for passing on regency and taking each over each other's lands. It's not something that's easy to do, but it's something that we try to do a lot because the more we foster our connection, the more effective taking care of our people becomes.
Drow politics is so much simpler than this. You want something, you take it with a knife.
Why do you think I got so good at noticing things?
So how do you handle lesser lines?
Oh, well, the easiest way is to marry them in. But we leave them alone for the most part unless they become upstarts, in which case we try to broker deals, and if that doesn't work, then the occasional small war has broken out. It's difficult to get compatible bloodlines as well.
You hire a lot of mercenaries.
Everybody wants in on this. They stop going.
I'll tell you what, if we end up in a Brynnis sometime, I will see if I can find a job for you. I think you'd make a good guard captain.
Oh, so you'll give him a job, but you won't give me a job.
I didn't say I wouldn't give you a job. I just said I don't think that hiring you as an assassin would do me much good.
I was
AKA,
trying more to
you'll have to
figure
be
out if I've been
frontliner.
there.
Though I might make it. No, I shouldn't.
Do tell.
I do have a code of conduct to abide by. You know, I'm a priest.
A priest who doesn't mind dicing.
What's wrong with dicing?
It depends
I'm a
on
priest, not a monk.
Okay then.
Mine actually laughs at that.
I don't know what anymore. This place is messing with my head. Anything I knew is a lie. And she just then shifts her gaze to Olvir because he's the last one.
I'm still half naked.
That is
I'm
fine.
always half naked.
It's distracting.
Which have changes sometimes.
No. I usually.
You're just making it more and more for Tiela that she just is going to reach out and grab her boob at some point.
Wait,
Wait,
who's
what?
who's half naked?
Just saying. Maya's half naked.
No, I'm not.
You said you were.
No, Olvir is.
I thought
Or
you
shady.
said as well.
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
whatever.
I said Olvir's half naked.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear that correctly. Oops. Go over here.
Oh. What do you want to know?
Well, you're a barbarian, obviously, and you know blacksmithing. I thought barbarians were mostly not that
Savages.
cool. God damn it, Maya! I wanted to say it nicer.
Savages. I mean,
Or what
like I
fool
said,
eats all the
kill
meat without offering anybody else? Only
Also,
savages do.
I always also thought that barbarians had big, ugly creatures as pets, not cute little doggies.
well, normally we do have dire wolves, and well, from my tribe at least.
Direwolves are cute.
That's well, she's still a pup. She is growing fast, but she's still a pup. So that's why I try not to have her in combat as much. She's just not ready.
Meat.
And
Again,
then there was silence.
if you call her meat again, I will
I'm not-
chop your hands off.
I'm not calling her meat. I'm telling you to share some meat.
What meat?
You
I didn't
said
get
you were
any
eating
meat.
You cooked snake.
The snake is right over there. Go scavenge some meat if you want to. I didn't go get any meat.
Maya just pulls out a ration and just chews on it, like all disappointed and angry, pouting.
You know, for a drow.
You could drink from the oasis, Maya.
Yeah, for a drow and a ranger, you're not pretty perceptive on a lot of things.
Oh, excuse me.
Princess. Sorry.
You were hiding in a bush over there, trying to be stealthy, and listen in on Sanguine and my conversation. Did you at least once see both of us or one of us get up to go get meat?
You have a point. I just wanted you to give me some meat.
Well, I'm not your fucking servant.
You should be.
With that, Olvir stands up at a stature of 6'5", 300 pounds of muscle, and lifting up his axe. Is that a challenge?
Maya laughs and doesn't have broken a man bigger than you.
Sit down, Olivar. Sit down.
Olvir looks over at Sanguine and chuckles a bit. I was only going to lop off her hands.
Sit.
And then he puts his axe back down and gets back into his relaxed position, legs outstretched, leaning up against his bedroll and backpack and hands behind his head. You still haven't told me what you wanted to know about me.
Well, how is your family? She just kind of says because she's trying to lighten up the mood of the whole thing.
I don't know how my family's doing.
How was your family?
Last I seen of my family was when my father gave me this axe. My mother gave me her present. And he kind of drifts off, remembering when he turned 16 10 years ago, just so you guys know. Out of character. Comes back and looks. And that's when I got these tattoos.
What did the tattoo stand for?
Each barbarian tribe has their own coming of age rituals, and this was part of my tribe's coming of age rituals.
Is the coming of age ritual for barbarians hard of your tribe?
We start training when we can start walking. So at around 2, we start to train in hand-to-hand combat and agility and muscle training. And the coming of age ceremony happens at age 16.
She looks impressed because age 2 is very young. And how did you learn your blacksmithing skills? Because I don't think I've ever read in books that barbarians really do blacksmithing.
I just thought it would be the best thing for me to go into with these huge muscles and affinity to know what a good weapon is.
You do seem to enjoy it, that's for sure.
It's part of my meditation.
I'm going to run a insight to see if he's withholding or lying.
Okay.
So, 15.
Non-nat 20.
God damn it.
you,
I need no dice.
you need more luck.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I've come to the surface, there's been nothing but failures.
Yeah, and it's dark out now, so you should actually be doing better.
Well, that's only perception.
Did someone start the fire because the sun was going down?
Yeah, I did all that with Tiela's help.
Yeah, that was all settled.
Okay.
Okay. You have to help me a little bit, school, because I don't know what to ask.
Olvir's waiting for you guys to ask questions. He's.
Why did
He's
you
pretty
leave?
Who said I
Holy
left?
crap.
So, if you didn't leave, interesting tribe you have here. He says, looking around.
And you said you didn't know how your parents were. I assume that if you're with your tribe, you knew how your parents would be doing.
Olvir is getting a little uncomfortable, and so he changes his position to more upright position. He's more leaning on his arm to prop himself up instead of using his bedroll and backpack to do so.
Mm-hmm.
After the week-long party of our coming of age ceremony, I snuck off and went to a village at the bottom of the mountain range.
Any particular reason?
To get drunk.
Why do you want to know?
Curious.
Why won't you talk about your past?
Oh my god, really? I think it's more that you already pitched us up quite a bit, and now we're more curious than before.
I had my reasons to leave. And where I'm at now is a good place for me to be. Well, was a good place for me to be until this.
Do you miss your parents?
Why I asked if it's a woman that caused you to leave.
Oh no, it's not a woman who caused me to leave.
Is the man? Is the man?
He looks at Tiela and he says, "Do I miss my parents?" That's what you asked. Seeing as I'm the only child, I am supposed to be taking the throne to become the next Jarl of my tribe.
Mm-hmm.
So do I miss my parents? Yeah, I miss my parents.
Okay, I'm just going to have her do a wild guess, and it is technically my wild guess. Is it that you like a man and they don't accept that, so that's why you ran away?
Maya just snaps at Tila. Shh, it's none of our business.
For people who don't know much...
He doesn't need to answer if he doesn't want to. He can just
For people who don't know much about the barbarian ways, you sure do know a lot about barbarian ways.
I read books.
You must have had a reason that you were hiding, that you were attracted to Anton.
That too.
I was not attracted to Anton.
Attracted to who's a what now?
You were very bad at hiding it. Sorry.
Sword from another area. You were terrible at hiding, we all saw. Next time, try taking your backpack off and holding it in front of you. That might help.
Well,
He has you there.
I mean, he was strong enough to at least take you on. I mean, he was unnaturally strong. If you're into that, of course.
With that, Nana, the wolf, can feel that my energy is changed, and she's come over to kind of nuzzle up underneath my arm to comfort.
Oh, you're so cute. I love this silence. He's like, God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I left to go to start my own life, and now I have my own farm with my own blacksmithing shop and a nice quaint living. I have some field hands that I'm hoping are taking care of the fields. And there's a few of the villagers of the village that's just outside, that I'm just outside of, that I'm assuming would need my help right about now, seeing as the hosiers need to be repaired and saddles need to be made and cooking utensils need to be forged, like pots and pans and knives sharpened and
Spoons and forks.
I don't make spoons and forks.
Oh, I thought you might because that
I
is
probably
not
would-
a cooking utensil.
Fuck their ability to own eating utensils.
What?
You don't make spoons and forks because what? Fuck their ability to use eating utensils?
No, because we have a wood carver in town that carves them
Ah,
for them.
fair enough.
And plus, it's
You're garbage.
if I was to make
I just want
spoons and
I just want
forks.
Yella to have this reaction like wooden forks
Yeah,
because
wooden
they're from.
forks.
I assume that Sigil just has like us normal forks from metal.
Probably has a mix.
Okay. Then she probably had luck.
You're forgetting that, like, this is a village of its own. Like, it can take care of itself. There's just some people who prefer my services above anyone else's. I have a fine eye for the sharpness of a blade, and very gentle with the horse's hoofs, and immaculate precision with repairing certain objects and items.
I
Sanguine,
assume that nobody has questions for him anymore, or
Sanguine gets up, goes to his bag, grabs out socks, the ones that he's been wearing for a while, goes to the water and starts scrubbing them in the water.
okay.
By
Since
the way, I
nobody-
recommend any of you who haven't cleaned your socks, clean your socks.
I'm gonna
I
go
already
shower
did.
now.
Okay. And by the way, Chella now just kind of looks over to Sanguine as she has this epiphany moment on her face, like, Sanguine, did my father call you something different in the past?
He stops.
I swear that my dad called you something different, but
I only have one name.
Well, you said that back then. I'm pretty sure that my dad calls you something different.
I only have one name. The man your father dealt with doesn't exist anymore.
So you have another name.
I only have one name.
Can Maya sense the tone change?
Yeah, it's fairly obvious.
Olvir's like, taking his pants off.
The obvious question is it Sanguine?
Sanguine is my only name.
Who gave you this name?
No one. It's my own.
Why did you pick it?
So you're a fugitive.
No, I'm not a fugitive. Because you need a name.
But why did you pick it?
It was fitting. And he continues to wash his socks.
Is this your virtue name?
That's what they're called, yeah.
I see. I just sort of put my hand on Icy's shoulder. Don't press this one.
And she looks at Maya and then at Sanguine, and she seems very puzzled on why a name could be that damaging. And she just looks at Sanguine and goes like, "Would you tell me if we were alone?"
He stands up, walks over, props his socks up so that they're kind of angled over the fire to dry a bit. I told you I only have one name. It's my only name.
Olvir calls out from the shower if the hot tub that he dug, if the water was being heated.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
Is it?
Punisher?
What? Yeah.
Okay.
The
If we're
water
in
for the tub heated?
it's hot at this point.
I don't
It's
think any of
hot.
us are in. Okay, it's hot? Okay.
No, nobody's in.
So Wolverine's getting out of the shower and he's just gonna strut all the way to the hot tub and slide in to the hot tub. Anyone who's paying attention, I don't know who is, but there's also tribal tattoos that match or that are similar to the ones on his arms that go up the back of his leg and up over his buttocks.
For some reason, I already expected that much. Yeah.
Sanguine kind of stretches and sits down.
God damn it.
So,
I so badly want to press, but I'm so scared that I'm going to piss off your character.
right. Icy, I'm sending you something.
Okay.
It's a good thing then that you don't need to worry about pissing off the character. It's Tiela who's going to be pissing off the character.
Yes, I know, but I know that for a fact Tiela doesn't want to piss off Sanguine. But she is so into this right now, and she just wants to ask so many questions. But at the same time, I kind of don't want this to be like Tiela constantly asking stuff to Sanguine, because this is our group thing right now.
Curiosity versus fear. Which one wins out?
Quite frankly, the curiosity is at the moment far, far, far stronger. But
Roll for it.
You ask.
Quick question: should Icy know what a virtue name is?
Yeah.
Oh yes, she should.
Does she? Like, out of character, does Icy know?
She does know what virtue names are, and she does know that Sanguine has multiple. Oh wow, I hear myself. That's weird. She knows that it has multiple meanings. So, but she always of went. Yeah.
I think only the first one matters in this case.
But yeah. Anyone
Well, that's the
good
one
with
that
language?
that's the one
including-
she expected, but it's probably another one.
Maya turns to Sanguine and says, Your personality does not fit your name. It's quite the opposite, in fact.
How so?
You seem to be a very brooding type, if you ask me. not optimistic in the slightest.
I've kept us alive. I've kept us moving. And everything's worked out thus far.
I'm just getting more food, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to go for the tactics again. She just looks at Sanguine with big puppy dog eyes again and goes like, "Can you please tell us a little bit more? Please? Just a little bit." And I rolled let's see, it's an 18 in total.
Let's see what I roll. I swear if it's low
With
again.
disadvantage.
That's not canon yet.
Please roll low. Please.
Inquisitor would have to be here in order to make it canon.
It's canon.
Fuck this die. 10.
Did you roll lower?
I can easily blow Shady out of the water with this die. But I rolled a 5. And then I get my mod. My mod is not a 13. Not yet.
Sorry. This is hilarious. That means she needs to cough up.
I was a trout turned basher. Every time I avoided getting my name written down, so I lived to fight a bit longer. I'm still here.
Okay, and
A trout?
Cielo just goes like, "I know that there's probably more, but was that so hard to tell? See?" And she just gives him a big hug. So this tiny
What's a
little
trout?
thing is now
Pretty
clinging
sure
to
he's
the
not
top
telling us he was
one.
born a fish.
What?
What's a trout? Because I'm pretty sure he's not telling us he was born a fish.
Sanguine is already sending me the translations.
Yep.
Trout is the city guide. Most are urchins.
Ah,
And what was Basher again, in case of people not knowing?
that one I think I understand.
Okay.
I don't. I'm completely lost.
Basher is a mercenary / fighter.
Oh yeah, he said
So
that.
you went from city guide to mercenary.
I seem to survive everything.
And by the way, Sanguine, Tiela is now hanging off of him, like hugging him.
Are you off the ground? Hanging off of him?
Well, she is tiny, so if she tried to go for his neck or something to hang from his neck, then yes, then she most definitely is hanging. And she's probably going to try and jump for his neck and just pull him down and be hugging him like that.
And after he says that, he just kind of glances off and says, "I seem to survive everything."
You insinuate that others around you don't.
I'm a fucking Aether of the Spire, but a Grim to everyone else.
We'll make that turn around. We'll survive. All of us will survive. I promise. I will do my best and we'll get through this together. Yes, she's that optimistic now.
You're gonna have to give me a little recap of what just happened. I totally.
What did school say?
He missed what just happened.
Oh, okay. God damn it, I'm blanking at the moment. I'm sorry. It's getting late, so my brain is just malfunctioning.
What Sanguine said was that he was a trout turned basher, and he just kept on living, so he kept on fighting. And then he said that he always seems to survive. When asked again, just kind of distractedly, he said that he's an Athar of the Spire, but a Grim to everyone else.
And okay, so Tiela then kind of translates. Athar of the Spire means invincible, and Grim you can probably guess. Bad luck.
Maya just pats him on the back and says, "It's okay. I'm a Grim to everybody else too."
I think you're just bad luck for yourself.
Maya just glares at him over here. Put some pants on, damn you.
I think you've been pretty good luck to us so far.
Scriber, if you had as many as I did, you would be a legend.
My house is a legend, and I take pride in that.
House is different than personal.
Tell to a matriarch.
Okay, because Sanguine seems kind of low in his morale. What?
You okay?
What is going on?
I just burnt my tongue.
Why did you lick something that hot?
I didn't.
Then how did you burn your tongue?
Because I'm getting food, and I just.
We'll put some ice on it.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
Oh.
Sanguine picks up the cloth that he used as a dice mat and reaches into a pouch at his hip, draws something else out, kind of clenches them. His hand moves towards the fire. He shakes his head and shoves them back in.
I want to have a perception check on that one.
Same here.
See what it is.
Was this obvious or just
Well, him
Tiela is
scooping up
looking at
the
him.
dice mat would have been fairly obvious, but that's been sitting out.
Are you trying to be sneaky? Is what they're asking.
Yeah, it's not really able to be that sneaky when you're standing near a
In front of
fire
everybody.
and you're 7 foot tall.
As well as Tiela is looking directly at him while he's doing it.
Roll sleight of hand with disadvantage.
3 times disadvantage.
If
Well,
if
that
I
doesn't
can
matter. I know
I
my
kind
result
of
with the first roll.
What?
I said that doesn't matter. I know my result with the first roll.
Nat 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
What does he have?
a skill check. That means that I rolled a 2.
Your dice are in favor of Tiela, aren't they?
Now I roll good.
Yeah, my dice are apparently in favor of Sanguine bleeding things now.
Tell them everything. Tell the pink thing everything.
So yeah, he stuffs it back in his pocket. Or in the pouch, rather.
What's that? Sanguine?
Dice mat.
Yes, I've seen that.
Thing.
You
He
saw
also had
that last
something
time.
else. I saw the dice, Matt. I saw the dice, but you had something else too.
Scrap of banner and rank insignia.
Show, show, show!
Well, again, if you could understand what either of them mean.
Well, you can tell us.
You bear yourself as a man of rank. That much is clear.
Poor Sanguine is being pushed into a corner.
I told you from the beginning, the more you resist, the more we push.
They don't
And,
matter. We aren't.
and just I want to persuade, and I just rolled, and you're not gonna say no unless you also have a nat 20.
God damn it! Why do people keep on rolling? And 14. God fucking damn it. He just pulls them out and tosses them onto the sand.
Okay, that's not telling what they are. The story behind it, what you asked.
They
That's
don't
just showing.
matter. We aren't in the laugh anymore.
Garen looks at
We
them,
aren't there anymore.
looks back up at Sanguine. He looks back down at the insignias and looks back up at Sanguine. He says, I'm pretty sure you're not a page for House Kandarian.
House what now?
Exactly. Whatever this symbol is, it looks very much like one of the house crests I'm familiar with, but slightly different. And as you say, it means nothing to me in reality because I have no idea what it means to you.
And I know
And
that we're not. I know that we're not in the laugh anymore. But come on, tell me.
Maya pipes up and says,
I've worked so many years with you, and I realize how little I know. And I know you. On one hand, I don't need to know, but come on, please.
Did you enjoy talking about your sense of failure in your father's death?
No, but you did comfort me, and that felt nice.
Now imagine that many times more.
But I'm here for
And with
you.
that, he sits down.
But I'm here for you too, just like you are for me.
Maya's starting to get the gist of this. She looks up to him and says, did you abandon them?
Like hell, I would do anything like that. If you ever say that again, the deal be damned. I will gut you.
If you didn't abandon them, why does this weigh on you so much? Their loss was not yours. Your fault.
The hell it wasn't.
Did somebody you really cared for die?
He reaches over, he picks up the insignia, and he says, I was the fucking captain.
Sanguine, what
Every
happened?
single one of them. Every single time. It was because I wasn't enough. Even after making... Even after signing everything away. Even after pushing further and further, I survive, and I'm the only one. Nothing says my luck is going to change. I don't know what happens. I don't know how it's going to happen. But everything I know says I'm going to survive this. Because I always do.
Tiela just looks at him and is quiet for a moment, but then says, just because you were lucky that much in the past and seemingly still are, doesn't mean it will last forever. And I know that is darker of me to say than to say like maybe you stay lucky forever, but perhaps the luck changes over time. And perhaps the luck will eventually be not just for you, but also for the people around you. Because so far, we have made it past a very insane spectacle of musties rising up. So, and I trust you with my life, even after this.
It's not luck when it's paid for by other bloods.
If it weighs on you that badly, I can end it if you wish.
No, you can't.
Have you
You
considered?
can try. You wouldn't succeed.
I'm asking if you would be willing. If it weighs on you so much, I can't imagine what losing my house would be.
I
But I
can't.
can imagine it's close to what you're feeling.
I can't allow. I can't stop.
And
I
that's
always
just.
have to go.
Did you consider that maybe you're still here because you're not done? That the world still has need of you?
No, I'm here because of a fucking contract.
And the truth
I'm
comes
going to
out.
ask you guys something, and probably Sanguine can say that. I'm going to assume that it has to do with the Fae, but I don't know if my character would know that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's pressed him on what sort of contract.
No, they haven't, but I think because of the fact that he's using magic that come from the Fae.
Oh, people
Yeah.
that know that he's a warlock, which would be everyone but Maya,
Yeah.
would know that he had to make a contract with something. He hasn't
Quick
used anything overtly Fae, though.
Quick
Okay.
question. Having heard that he made a contract and then it causes him to survive where he probably should have fallen, would I understand that there might be greater powers at work within that contract? Or would I have to roll like an arcana?
Probably roll an Arcana or knowledge.
Insight. I think it'd be an
Rather.
insight.
That seems more Arcana or
History?
straight intellect check. Or intelligence check.
So either way, it's 14 plus 2, so 16.
Yeah, you'd probably have some sort of itching sensation.
Plus, the Drow they respect magic a great deal. But I don't know about warlocks. That I didn't read much into it.
How close do you guys figure that you all are?
Well, I've imagined
Pretty.
sitting right
Tiela's is next to him, like dead straight next to him.
Is everyone pretty much around the fire still?
I'm in the
Yeah.
hot tub.
Only he's in the hot tub.
And
But
the hot
he's
tub was
here,
made right
earshot.
near the fire, right?
I don't
Yep.
know. Did they make the fire right near the hot tub?
Pretty close.
He's in earshot, so I'm assuming that it's close enough.
Sanguine's going to move so that he can have as many of you in front of him as he can.
That means Olvir has to move.
Say again?
That means Olvir has to move too.
No, you don't.
So that he's facing the fire. Because he currently has his back towards the fire looking out into the night sky.
Well, he can like move himself in the bathtub to flip
But
around.
that's what I mean.
Right?
That's what I mean.
Okay.
He's going to
Okay.
have to move himself because...
Okay. Go on.
Splish, splash, splish, splash.
Olvir, can you come out of that for a moment and join us by the fire?
Can you throw me in my pants?
Tiela throws him his pants.
Thanks, tits.
Yes, she has.
Yes, he did just call her tits.
Yeah, and she definitely has them right now without the bindings.
So he's going to wait until Olvir joins the others again.
They're more like shorts that only come down like half of his thigh.
Oh.
It's more than enough.
Let's just say his father told him the less armor, the more honor. That's how his tribe sees things.
Nice.
Thumbs
So
up.
did Olvir join them by the fire again?
Yep.
Okay. So now that everyone's grouped up, everyone roll a... What is it? Save again?
Uh-oh.
Everyone quickly roll a... wisdom save.
I'm good at that.
God damn it.
24.
21.
2. So, wait, no, sorry. 8 plus 2, it's 10.
School?
One second here. I have to answer a text message.
Okay. If your roll doesn't beat 15, god damn it, you two for getting above 15.
Just take pleasure in the fact you f***ed over Maya once again.
You know,
My wisdom's +6. It's pretty easy to make 15.
it's 15. I just made it.
Is it when it's a tie with the DC save?
It's a target number.
That's the target number? Okay, so it has to be that or higher.
Yeah.
Damn it, only one person, but since I already said I'm using it, I'm already using it. So, everyone would see the...
Let's make it that he's kind of he made them aware he's going to do something.
No, he didn't really try, but what happened is you guys still all see this, but it only has a real effect on one person.
Oh, okay.
So, you guys all see Sanguine visibly become far more composed, far more calming, and just even trying to think of a way of saying it other than better looking, but effectively better looking in every respect.
Okay. Scars
Maybe.
disappeared. I mean, what?
Deal
And
with the celestial.
now then, Maya, I
Yeah.
get 2 of these against. Everyone else I get 1. So that's the first roll. That's the second roll. And there's Maya, there's Olivar, there's Garen, there's Tiela. So 4. So I need 5 rolls. Okay. So everyone who wasn't affected by this, you now roll your charisma checks because I'm going to try a persuasion.
Nat 20.
I have a 25 against Tiela.
Yeah, but I have a nat 20.
I have a 25 against Garen. I have a 20 against School. And I have a 26 against Maya.
Damn, I only.
Oh, so
So you got me.
And what does a nat do?
You still add, in skill check, I believe you still add your bonus.
Then it's 21.
21.
was I supposed to roll?
Yeah.
Yep, everyone gets to roll. Just your chance of succeeding is
Lower.
lower.
I got. Is it any? It's just the number on the dice, right?
Let me quickly double check one thing because I need to make sure that I'm having you do the right. Sorry, one moment. Because unfortunately it says what happens, but it doesn't tell what the effect of that is, so I just need to double check it. And it
Okay.
is.
What kind of witchcraft is it?
5.
Badass witchcraft.
God damn
It's
it!
Warlock crap.
Sorry, never mind. I got a 5. I rolled the wrong dice.
Ah, okay. What die did you roll?
The orange one instead of the red one.
Ah. Let's see.
The orange dice set is for a different campaign. It's my red dice set that I use for Olvir.
Okay, so yeah. I get advantage. You get your normal roll, Shady.
So just the number on the dice.
Plus your charisma mod.
Okay. So my charisma is +2, and I rolled a 15, so 17.
Okay, so the numbers that I read off to everyone, if you got lower, which Shady, you definitely did.
Everybody did.
No, School didn't.
Oh, School didn't. Go
I got
School.
a 5
Oh, you got a. Oh, yeah, you did.
because I rolled it with the wrong dice.
True. I don't know why you have a right die and wrong die.
Well, because the dice set that I use for Olvir is red, and the dice set that I use for a different character is orange, and so I rolled the orange one instead
But
of the red
Just
one.
keep the orange
That
one.
doesn't
It's the
really
same
affect it. It
thing.
was your same. It was the first roll that you made. You effectively rolled with disadvantage by rolling again with the proper color die.
Oh,
So-
okay, so 21.
Yeah, you were the only one that succeeded on him saying, please just drop this. You don't need to know about my contract. You don't want to know about my contract.
I hate the fact that you did that.
Hold
I
on a
really
sec.
do.
I
You're
am an.
completely fucking charmed.
There's something else though. I'm an elf.
Yeah.
I
Elves
have-
can't be charmed or have advantage on.
Oh,
No,
that-
So does Garen. So the only
Yeah,
one he's
I
probably.
rolled with advantage and I got a 23, but he rolled a 25.
Oh, God
I don't know how he rolled a 25, but he did.
because I rolled an 18 and I have a. Or, yeah, I rolled an.
Yeah,
Oh,
I still
sorry.
failed.
It was.
So
Yeah, it was a 25 because I had the +7 on that one.
rolled a 6 for the other die, so advantage still. I failed.
How do you get a +7 on anything?
I have a +5 charisma. Plus
Ah.
proficiencies.
Fair enough.
God damn
So-
it.
And actually, since that was a I didn't get advantage on that one, so I need to use the first one that I rolled for you, since you can't be charmed. God damn it.
No, I can't. I
save.
get advantage on save throws.
Oh, you have advantage on saving
Slap
throws.
Tiala.
Okay. So,
Slap out of it.
yeah, that was what he said.
Guys, slap Tiala out of it.
You aren't charmed, though.
No, we're
Yes,
not
I
The
am.
person that was charmed was Maya.
Oh, Maya. You said you. Oh, God damn it! I don't know anymore.
No, Maya's
Maya
charmed.
was the only one that was charmed. I just rolled persuasion against the rest of you.
Maya just
Okay.
says your business is your own and lies down on her mat.
Why was I rolling a charisma save then?
Because that's against persuasion.
I thought insight was against persuasion.
Is it insight? Roll insight then. Sorry, my
God
mistake.
damn it!
Well,
Jesus.
it makes a difference because the extra 2 would mean I passed. But let me check
Yeah,
that.
it means a lot for me.
My mistake, sorry.
I'd love that. That is God damn it. Probably still not enough.
24.
22.
You still beat me.
I find it
I mean-
funny
I
that
mean-
the person who, the character who beat you is the only character who isn't trying to push the situation.
Yeah. But now you might consider you just saw that I tried to charm everyone.
Oh no, that Tiala is absolutely the opposite of that now. But okay, you just made it more of a challenge.
But Maya's just basically given up completely and just lying down, staring at the sky.
So, is it safe,
That's
safe
mean
to
of
say
you, Sanguine. Stop it.
what?
How long
Oh.
till it wears off in Maya, by the way?
It's around where the charm, until charmed wears off. And this one does not say specifically that you know that you were charmed.
But it does say charmed, so it may be the same effect.
Yeah, but the charm status does not have a you know that you were charmed. It just has...
I'm trying to determine whether Maya would know if he made a deal with the Fae or not. Because she is elven.
By the way, I want Tiala now just to walk up to Sanguine.
I'm gonna
And-
roll a perception to see it. Well, I shouldn't even. Sanguine, your bedroll is right next to my bedroll, right?
If you set up near me, yeah.
Okay. So then I actually am going to roll a sleight of hand. And I got a +2, 17.
Versus
No, I'm just
17,
sticking a
okay.
note underneath.
Meet me behind the bushes.
I have a 14 to notice.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't notice.
He'll
too busy
notice when
trying
he
to
gets
persuade-
into his bedroll.
You're too busy trying to persuade. Yeah, I just like slowly. I just like put a note in your under your pillow, on your pillow.
In your
don't know.
bedroll.
So yeah,
It's like,
the
I always-
only person that was charmed by that was Shady. Everyone else, I was just trying to persuade, look, this is something that's my own. Let me keep this.
And failed miserably.
Your attempt at persuasion fails, but Garen doesn't say anything. He drops it. So
well,
your
Tiala has now walked over to him and just puts her hand. She reaches up and puts her hands on his cheeks and goes like, "No."
God damn it, you succeeded on the insight check too?
Yes.
And technically, Sanguine, I think we are we canceled each other's advantage. So you had the advantage and I had the advantage. So I think we just stuck with that first dice roll.
Well, no. What happens is you had an advantage on the charm saving throw.
Okay, I get it now.
So you did beat it when you rolled with advantage?
No, when I rolled with advantage, I rolled lower on the other dice. So
Okay.
Let me make it sure. What was the what was it again?
The
what you
check was
said
15.
for Tiela?
For everyone, the check was 15. For
No, I'm then she
persuasion, Tiela's was 25, I believe.
Oh no, then she probably didn't. God damn it. The most she can get is a 24. Or no, 23. I think I had a 22. God damn it.
With that, he just kind of happily exhales. Like, okay.
Tiela's just going to say this. Okay, I will stop for today. He didn't specify how long.
God damn it.
I will stop for today. And don't you dare try that again on me. I will stab you.
Next time it'll work.
You hope.
And Maya still doesn't know who he made a deal with.
Yep.
I do realize he made a deal with something, though.
Yes. You know that there's a contract. You just don't feel like addressing it.
How Drow feel about warlocks in general?
I don't know how Drow would feel about warlocks.
I know they have a high respect for magic, but making deals with beings is another thing entirely.
I don't think that they would have a knee-jerk aversion to warlocks, because Drow are evil, and you can make a lot of things with evil.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
But it would determine if I approach you with caution or just, meh.
Yeah.
Okay, I go to get ready to go here.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I think that was a good fireside session.
Yeah, I'm going to close it off now. So everybody now, after we have talked, I am going to assume that they're going to kind of go into a little bit of a lighter topic before they all kind of go to bed.
Sanguine would probably burst out into body songs again.
Olvir's gonna offer up another game of dice before snoozing.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody's going to wind down, and then they're going to bed, and that will be it for today. And we will continue.
She's going to wander the oasis for a while.
What?
She already did her trance. She doesn't need sleep.
Well, that's good for you, but the rest of us need to sleep.
Maybe I'll just start singing.
Hey, Grayskin. Hey, Grayskin. Keep watch as we sleep.
Roll of persuasion. Because she's not going to take that without one.
More of a thing whether certain people will trust her to keep watch.
That too.
So 21.
Did you beat that score?
No. Just not even going to try. It was just me yelling it out. I wasn't trying to persuade anybody.
Okay. Well, okay. everybody is going to wind down and eventually go to bed, and we will pick it up with the next session, which probably will be next year, and Inquisitor will be back.
Yep.
Thank you
Oh my
for
god,
watching.
right, we're so close to the end of the year.
Just so that we do have a watch rotation in case when Inquisitor comes back, he's going, and something attacks you guys in the middle of the night.
Exactly. So
God.
quick, everybody, go to bed, and we'll sleep till through the night.
Well, no, I was thinking, what's the rotation so that we have one in case that does happen.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure because didn't Eeyore have made us roll something for Ixalan?
He rolled because we weren't really deciding.
Oh.
What?
I'll take
shift
last
we were
watch.
taking. You'll take last. I'll take first.
I thought Maya should take first because she's.
Do we
Maya's
all
just
trust?
gonna sleep, but do we trust her?
How about-
Tiela will take watch after Sanguine, and then
Sarah Shaw.
Olvir is the last.
Sarah Shaw
Yeah, no.
is taking last because he's been fucking sleeping this whole time.
Yep.
He takes last. Okay, fair enough.
It doesn't matter if any of you take watch. I'm still going to be awake.
Yep.
Yeah,
do
that's
whatever.
fine, but it's more that Inquisitor can't sprung us with a monster. No. Now we have what's it called? God damn
Preparation.
it. No, now we have jinxed it. That's it.
Oh.
That really
Yeah.
sounds so bad.
Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys later.
Have a
Don't
good night.
die.
Good night, everybody.
And with that, I'm hanging up.